Hello. Let's start standing today. It's been a while since we started standing, at least I have. Now let's go ahead and start by shaking the hands out, doing some shaking, shaking off that fear, shaking off that doubt, shaking off those things that get in our way, shaking off those things that people said, things we might have taken personally, shaking off our judgments. Bring your arms up, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. Take them over your head if you can. You can start to bounce through your heels. Don't do it if it doesn't feel good. Just shaking the whole body, getting that lymph system going. That's that system that goes, hey, what's going on? Hey, there's an intruder. Let's shake all that up. Let it actually have a little bit more discernment, a little bit more efficacy. Let's go ahead and take our body twist to the side. I'm twisting to my left. You can twist any direction you want, coming back to center. Woo! Twist to the other side. Can you feel your internal organs begin to shake? If you're tense in your guts, can you let them go? Can you let your butt shake a little more? Your breasts, your face muscles, your face skin, take it out to the side, back down, make some sounds because I like to. And then just jiggle it out, shimmy it out. So instead of shaking one way, we're shaking the other way to make sure we get everything all shook up there. Feel that relaxation of the internal organs. And then eventually just come to standing and feel that energy flowing through your body. Feel it as a confidence in self. Feel it as reconnecting yourself to that deep fire of faith inside of you. Go ahead and inhale. Clasp your left wrist with your right fingers. Bring your feet together if you like to narrower base. Otherwise, stay with hips distance apart. And then take the body over to the right, breathing out into that whole left side of your body. Making space for that faith. Making the channels fluid so that fear and doubt can actually start to drain out of you through your legs, through your tailbone. Inhale up, float the arms down, stand in neutral, and just take a moment and feel. More room for you in there. Other side. So my right wrist is in my left hand. Took it up and then over to the sides. I'm stretching to my left, opening up my right side ribs, my right side body underneath my right shoulder blade. Taking the breath all the way down to the pelvic floor, all the way down to the feet. Creating more space in my being to reconnect with my unstoppable, unextinguishable fire of faith in there. It's there. Just when I thought everything was going to never work out, faith is that thing that still holds that it's going to work out, no matter that my life is saying, no, it won't. Faith is saying, don't worry, it will. Bring it all the way up. Release your arms down, stand in neutral. Let's do a little bit of Uddiyana Bandha Agni Sara practice. So it's your interpretation. So go ahead and take the body over. Inhale through the nose, exhale forcefully out the mouth. And then go ahead and don't breathe in. Inhale, exhale all the air out in one full sweep. Don't make it a long, drawn out thing. And then suck up the abdomen. Gonna really try to hollow that out there. Inhale, exhale all the air out. Draw the abdomen up. Inhale, exhale all the air out. Draw the abdomen up. If you've got other versions of this that you like to practice, please go ahead and do so. Inhale, exhale all the air out. Draw the abdomen up. Now go ahead and inhale, exhale all the air out. Don't breathe in as you draw the abdomen up, and then suck it up into the left. Feel free to move the hips around. Inhale, exhale all the air out. Don't breathe in. As you suck it up, draw the abdomen up. You're just using a suction into the right. And now, if you need to rest and stand and shake it out, go right ahead. Otherwise, inhale, exhale all the air out. Both sides, bring them up together, and then just start to move it side to side, if you can. You can use your hips to help you. And let's come to standing. Take a moment and feel, getting everything moving in there. That fire, the faith can burn a little bit brighter. And go down two more times. This time we're going to allow the belly to flap back and forth. Nice and slow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Or maybe you like to do a flutter. You decide. Okay? I'll demonstrate and you'll do it with me, or you'll just say, no, I'm not doing this today. You can be doing some stretching here, or just some breathing into your belly. Inhale, exhale all the air out. Now just flap that belly back and forth. Do not breathe during this. Do a couple more rounds of that if you like. And let this flap loosen any adhesions, any places where your organs are sticking to each other, some fascial planes that have gotten a little bit stuck, to help that fire of faith flow, and that also that fear and doubt flow also, so they just don't get stuck somewhere. So we can let them flow out or flow away from what we're seeking. And you can finish it off with one more just round of plain. Exhale all the air out. Draw the abdomen up. Just suction it up. And then come to standing. Take a moment and feel. Great. Let's go ahead and go down to the ground. My mat, kind of weirdoed. And we are going to do a little bit of the series, and we're going to open up some of this hip area a little bit. So go ahead, come to all fours, kind of at the top of your mat. Inhale, head forward. Exhale, slide your hips back. Place your forearms on the floor. Inhale, come up. Nose comes through. Exhale, curl the tailbones under, the toes under, and come up into dolphin pose. Stay here for the inhaling, about 4 or 5 counts into the belly. Exhale, 4 or 5 counts up. So inhaling from top to bottom, exhaling bottom to top. If you'd like to raise your right leg up and come to do a couple peels here onto the left toes, peeling all the way up. Inhaling up and exhaling down is what I'm doing. You can do it either way if you like. And then bring the leg down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower the knees down, bring your head up. Exhale, slide the hips back. Inhale up to fours. Exhale, slide your right leg back behind you. Open up that right thigh bone. Swing your left arm over the head, all the way up, over the head, reaching up, circle. So now my hips are off the floor. I'm on the ball of my left foot. My weight's on the outside of my right foot. I'm on my right arm, opening up there. And then exhale, hips down, everything comes down. Circle yourself back to fours. As you bring your right knee to the nose, inhale and exhale. Toes, left foot goes to the floor, and right leg goes up into 3-legged dog. Stay there. Inhale about 5 or 6 counts, exhale 5 or 6 counts. You can play with your 3-legged dog. Open the hips. Squaring the hips off. Dropping that right hip down, just exploring what's happening in your hips right now. You go from dropping the hips to squaring the hips to opening the right hip. And now take your leg a little bit bigger now. You take that right leg out to the side. I'm going to touch my wall now. Out to your right side. Thread it through underneath. Slide that foot through. And then go ahead and either stay there with both hands and both feet on the floor, a little twisty shape, or raise your right leg off the floor a little bit, or raise your left arm off and do like a side plank. Stay there, inhale for 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. Bend your right leg into half lotus if you like. Exhale, left hand to the mat for 3-legged dog with your right leg in half lotus. Stay here and breathe. Inhale 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. If you can, start walking your hands back towards your foot. You may bend your left leg a little bit, getting a little bit more stretch in your right hips. Some of you may walk back to a full forward fold here. Others of you may want to play with a little arm balance here. It's a little early for that for me, so I'm just going to say no. There was a time when I could have just popped right into that, but that's not what I'm doing these days. Hands back out to regular down dog. Slide your right leg up into 3-legged dog. And then inhale, right leg comes through to your lunge. Back knee on the floor. Stay here breathing into those hips. Into the lunge. My body's forward. I'm not bringing my body up yet because I'm going more for length between my back toe and my head. Curl that back toe under, that left toe under, and then slide, lift the hips up, flex that front foot. Do a forward fold here. Spin that back heel down, place your your front foot on the floor, so that's my right foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up forward. Bring the body up to warrior 1. Stay there, exhale. Inhale. 4 counts or 5 counts or 6 counts. Exhale, hands back, clasp behind you, open the collarbones. Inhale up. Exhale, stay. One more inhale up. And exhale over. Again, inhale up. Exhale over. One more time. Inhaling up. Exhale over. And moving on the back, just to warm up the kidneys, release your arms down. Drop that back knee down. Slide back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, either lower down full chaturanga or half push-up, your choice. Then inhale, up dog or low cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a little vinyasa there. And then inhale, come to fours. And then exhale back to child's pose. Take the hands back behind you in child's pose. Clasp the hands. Inhale, bring your body all the way up. Open the chest. Exhale over. Release the arms down by your sides. Take a moment. Drain all that fear, that doubt through your head, through your legs, into the earth. Making room for that fire of fear. That fire of faith. Oh, my alliteration. Hands in front. Inhale, bring yourself up to fours. And then starting over to the other side. Exhale, hips back, forearms to the floor. Inhale, nose leads forward. Exhale, dolphin pose. Just curious to see what my pants are doing. Not revealing anything there, that's good. Inhale 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. Feel free to take your left leg up into the air, coming up to the right tippy tiptoe. 3 or 4 pumps there. Release your leg down. Full breath. When your full breath is done, knees to the floor, head goes forward. Inhale, exhale, slide back to child's pose. Inhale to fours. Exhale, slide your left leg back behind you. Open that left thigh. Place the bum on the floor. Left hand behind. Right arm swoops up over the head. Holding, you can do a couple arm circles here of that top arm. Hips up. That sense of space. Warm fire of the belly supporting. Exhale, hips down. Left arm comes back around. Inhale, left knee in, and then exhale, left leg goes back to three-legged dog. Playing with your breath and your hips, moving from opening the hips, whatever that looks like for you, to squaring the hips, whatever that looks like to you, and then releasing your left hip down. So my left hip's below my right hip, my left hip's even with my right hip, and my left hip is over my right hip. Playing with those, using that improvisation for yourself with your breath. What happens here? What do you find? Where do you want to stay longer? What's interesting to you? What's habitual to you? What you always do? Do you need to always do that today? Maybe you do. There's a reason why we always do something. It's good to check in with those alwayses to see if they're the always of today. And when you're done playing, take your left leg out to the left side so it's parallel to the floor. Inhale, and then exhale, thread that leg through, underneath. Stay here, 4 things on the floor. Lift your left leg or lift your right arm into side plank. Inhale 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. Go ahead and take your left leg into half lotus if you like. Exhale, hand to the mat, so you're in that 3-legged dog with your left leg in half lotus if you can, or some variation of that. So you're getting a little hip stretch. Stay here, inhale 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. You can draw the abdomen up. Throughout any of these. Depending on this, you might want to stay here longer or start to walk your hands back towards your foot, increasing the action in your left hip or something else. Right leg can be bent straight, playing around with that. Walking yourself back out. Release that left leg up into the air. And then inhale, bring it through to the lunge. Stay here in the lunge to open the hips in this direction. Breathing all the way into that pelvic floor. Inhale faith, exhale fear and doubt. That fear and doubt, that fear and doubt of doubting myself. That fear that I might be caring about what others might think of me. Whatever fear is causing me to lean towards or away from something. And going back to that idea of doubt. How is that inhibiting my freedom? How is that inhibiting my joy? How is that contributing to my confusion? Is my skepticism doubt, or is my doubt just this wet blanket over all that I thought was awesome? Curl your back toes under. Press the hips up. Slide that back heel down if you want, or keep it up depending on how much range of motion that can flex that front foot if you like. Place that left foot, that front foot on the floor. Spin the back heel down. Bend your front leg. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Slowly up for warrior one. Exhale. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. One more breath in. Exhale, hands back behind you. Open the collarbones. Stay here, inhaling for 5 or 6, exhaling for 5 or 6. If you to draw the abdomen up at the end of any exhale. Next exhale, come forward to humble warrior. We'll go up and down about 3 times. Feeling this action of our spine. Breaking up any ice or fear in our kidneys. Creating flow, so rebalancing our adrenals, hopefully. That fear that causes our adrenals to just shoot out adrenaline because we think we have to. We'll just have to do it one more time to get it up to survive in our external world. Just squirt some more adrenaline in there. It's like coffee for the body without the caffeine. Stay over. Release the arms down. Step back, downward facing dog. Come on to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, up dog, down dog if you like. Inhale back to down to 4s. Exhale to child's pose. Hands back behind you, clasp the hands. Inhale, bring the body up, open the collarbones. Exhale, take the body over, shoulders up and over, arms up and over the head. And release the arms down by your sides. Take a moment and let now that fear, that doubt drain all the way out. Out, out, fear, out, out, doubt. Let it drain all the way out. Out, out, fear, out, out, doubt. Let that fear drain all the way out. Or make up your own cool rhyme. In child's pose, bring your body up. Take your left arm over, cross it over. So you're going to do rotated child's pose. Press the palms together into prayer pose, like so. Breathe in 6 counts to the belly and to the pelvic floor, and exhale 6 counts out. Nice and slow. Lengthening your spine on each exhale. As you lengthen the spine, that fear and doubt leaving, creates more space so that when you breathe in, more place for that faith to go. Faith in your spine, faith in your belly, faith behind your heart. Let that faith surround your heart, surround your throat, surround your brain and your third eye. And from here, go ahead and slide your left leg back behind you. And then hands to the floor. So my hands are going to be on the outside of my front thigh, which is my right thigh. And then roll onto your right hip. And then walk your hands around into some version of a pigeon pose. Resting into the right hip on the floor. So I'm not doing the pigeon pose, we're all up and out. Really resting that right hip onto the floor. And then walking your body in service of the support that the earth is providing for that right hip. Breathe in 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. So you want to bend your back leg, grab your left foot with your right or left hand, your choice here. Release. Roll back onto your right hip. Take that. Keep rolling onto the right hip. Roll onto your back. Take your right foot over your left thigh. Scooching myself back on my mat. Into through the whole pose. So going a little bit deeper now. That right hip. I'm going to change my facing. Stay where you are. And just change it so you can see what was going on. But this will be a little bit more oriented, I think, when you see me get up. Inhale 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. And then release left foot to the floor. Right leg is bent. Roll onto that right bent leg. Hands to the mat. Walk them around. Left foot prepares. Inhale, exhale. Pressing back up into that 3-legged dog with half lotus now. Should feel a little bit different than the first time. I know it does for me. Then release your right leg up into 3-legged dog one more time. Flip the dog if you like. Couple arm circles here. Feeling it, freedom. Freedom from doubt, freedom from fear, full of faith. Arm circles go the other way. And then release the hand back, unflip, right leg up, and bring it down into 3-legged dog. Walk or jump your feet between your hands to uttanasana. Bend the legs. Come up through chair pose all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. Take a moment just to see, how do you feel different than when you first stood up on your mat today? You feel a little more able to stand on your own 2 feet, even though we haven't been standing on them very much this practice. In this way, in this orientation, how has your perspective changed? And then open your eyes if you were doing eyes closed. And you probably were, because I said stand, close, eyes feel. And then just look around and see, is your perspective different? Are the colors different? Do you see anything differently? Do you perceive anything differently? Great. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale over uttanasana. And you can do a vinyasa here or just step back. We're just going to move to child's pose, actually. Inhale, bring your body up. Right arm crosses over, palms together in prayer. Rotated child's. Give a nice deep breath into the belly for 6. Exhale for 6. Slide your right leg back behind you. Let that deepen your twist or provide a different challenge for your twist. Different point of view, new perspective. And then exhale, hands to the left side, to the mat, coming down onto your left hip, letting the floor, the earth support your left hip. And then from there, depending on where you are with that left hip, you might be all the way up here, start to walk your hands around to the front, quote unquote. Move myself forward a little bit. I'm in a corner here, cornered myself. And into some variation of a loose version of pigeon, whatever you, so I'm just using that word as an orienting word, as a descriptive word for those of you that have had yoga. If not, you're just getting a nice hip stretch here. You can call it whatever you want. Inhale for 5 or 6, exhale 5 or 6. Inhale faith, exhale fear and doubt. For those of you that want to, grab your right foot, grab that back foot with either your left or your right hand. They will do different things. I'm cross-bowing it today, so I've got my left hand on my right foot. And from there, release. You're going to roll back onto your left buttock there, rolling onto your back. Roll to your right, so my left leg is I'm going to be on my back, and my left leg's going to be coming up through the whole pose. So my left ankle's on my right thigh. Bring the legs up. Breathe in 6, exhale 6. Give yourself more time to breathe in more faith, to breathe out more fear, more doubt. As we breathe out that fear and doubt, we're giving our adrenals a break here. And our adrenals not have to worry about something, not have to react to something. Letting them just rest and be supported by the earth here. And now go ahead and rotate to your left, to the left leg. Left leg's on the floor. I'm still in that cross position. Right foot's ready, hands to the mat. Inhale, exhale, hips up for Three-legged dog with your left leg in half lotus. Left leg's up. Into downward facing dog. Walk or jump your feet between your hands to uttanasana. Then the legs come up through chair pose all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. Take a moment, stand, close eyes, and feel. And just release your arms down by your sides. Open your eyes, take a moment, and take a little walk around. Just see, is there a little bit more confidence in your step, a little bit more connection to your step, a little bit more connection to you. So walk it out there. I'm walking in a very small area here because that's the area I have. An opportunity to fix my mat. I could go out of camera though. Woo, goodbye, see you later. Here I am, I'm back now, hello. Just take a moment and stand. You feel your feet on the floor. Begin to feel your heels, the balls of your big toe ball mount, the ball of the big toe, the ball of little toe. There's 3 points in your right foot, there's 3 points in your left foot. And just feel those as places where you can just drain out tension, fear all the way through the floor, the earth's crust, all those, the first layer of rock, second layer of rock, third layer of rock, all the way into the magma, the center of the earth. Feel it receive doubt, fear. Receive it from your ankles, dripping all the way in there, burning up. Knees, dripping all the way down with that fire. Hips. So you drip down those pathways that you created into the magma of the earth and go. Anything that's in the belly, fear and doubt in the belly, let that drain out. Underneath your shoulder blades, see, this keeps making those shoulders like hunched back or hunched forward or smashed back into our kidneys. Free on that space underneath your shoulder blades. Let that go. That's a lot of fear and doubt can hang out there, I find. Some breath under those shoulder blades. Breath under your armpits where we can clamp down. Let that drip down into the earth. Down your arms. Fear around the heart, doubt around the heart. Doubt or fear around your throat or your neck, your jaw. Doubting did you hear that right? Did someone really say that? Just drop that. Did I really tell myself that? Why am I not listening? How I see things. Did that just happen? How do I see things? How can I see things without fear, without doubt? Just from present moment, from a place of faith. Not faith in some other person, place, or thing, but faith in me to listen to myself, to hear myself. Now from that magma of the earth, bring up just the right amount of light. This is like the kundalini of the earth coming right up through those pathways that you created, gently, lovingly into your feet, warming, burning out any residual stuff, up through your ankles, up through your calves, up through your knees, thighs, hips, belly, back, lower back, underneath your shoulder blades, ribs, heart, lungs, shoulders, down your arms, out your hands, throat, jaw, ears, eyes, brain, all the way at the top. And that connection now between your heaven and your earth. through this pathway of faith that connects us to ourselves. You're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, flutter your eyes open. Go ahead about your day. If you have a minute, just do a little mini shavasana. Take a lie down just to absorb it all, or take a little seat just to take a moment and feel yourself supported on all levels and dimensions here. Basking in the waves of energy, in the nourishment of your faith of self, that fire of you, that fire of your faith. I'm willing to receive the messages I send myself. I'm willing to receive that which I seek, without attachment, without condition. I'm willing to trust the timing, the divine timing, the timing that my divine nature has for me. I'm willing to trust and receive my practice, to trust and receive my life. Bask there as long as you like. Otherwise, take a deep breath in and release. Gently wiggle fingers and toes. Slowly roll head side to side, balancing brain. As you roll onto one of your sides, just feel yourself yield to receive even more support. And from that place, push yourself gently up. Take your time here. Rushing through it a little bit, but you can take as much time as you like. Thank you so much for joining me. It's my honor and my privilege. May our faith be strong in ourselves. May we reconnect to that commitment to remembering who we really are in an even more evolved, more full, less judgmental, less conditional way. It's my honor and my privilege to share these inspirations, these teachings, and this time with you. Namaste.